Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing Nuke map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the northeast corner of the map, also known as the Red Team. Ending with Team 2 in the southwestern corner, also known as Blue Team. Starting off, we'll start with the southern side of Team 1's lineup in Chevy Crimson. It is Schumer playing as a Seraphim. He is a 16-19 rated. He is not only the highest rated player on his team, but he's also the highest rated player overall. To his northwest in Orange Color Orange, it is Azure Phoenix. Definitely not aptly named because Azure would be blue, and he is on Team Red, so that doesn't really work out. He is a UEF. He is almost a 1600 at 1595 rated. And to his east in Ruby Red, it is Shab Negrujas. Shub for short. He is an Aeon. He is a 1485 rated. So for Team 1 side of the map, we have an Aeon, a Seraphim, and a UEF. No Cybran Tech for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's northern player, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is the Cybran. Technically, his name on the game is author of the Elder Scrolls, but technically his name is also Morax. So just remember, Morax is author, just for future reference. He is, again, a Cybran at 1535 rated in Amethyst Purple. To his southeast in Royal Blue, we have the UEF of Gorton with a T instead of a D. I probably will end up saying Gordon, like James Gordon or Jim Gordon. So again, he is a UEF. He's a 1575 rated, the highest rated player on Team 2. And to his west, we have in Stitch Blue. I don't know why I'm getting my names all messed up today. It is the Codemander playing as a Cybran. He is a 1501 rated. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 Cybrans and 1 UEF. No Aeon Tech and no Seraphim Tech for Team 2. But the map does have at least all other factions represented. 1 Seraphim, 1 Aeon, 2 UEF, and 2 Cybrans in total. And for these 6 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaiming situation, currently sitting at 71,000 mass in reclaim, which makes it over 11,000 mass per player. Not just 11,000 mass total, 11,000 mass per player. There is an absolute metric ton of it around the map. We see lots of 750s, 1,000s, 1500s, 1650s, 1950s. I don't think there's any 2Ks anywhere. There's actually, no, apologies. There's 2600 there. So lots of reclaim to scoop up around the map. So those ecos are going to go high very, very quickly. But we take a look at the extra mixes on the map besides the ones that are found in their main players' bases. We have a 5-star mech position over here on the western side. Look at Team 2 side of the map. That wasn't already apparent. Another 5-star mechs here. And then another 5-star mechs here. So a decent amount of mexes for each player to grab. There's also a Trimex position closer to the middle. And then a couple of one-offs. I think that's a little bit too far away to really be a Trimex, but we'll call it there and be done with it. We do see a drop inbound, actually already done, from Team 1's Schumer. Dropped off a nice couple set of engineers going for some nice little Solens and pushing in to Gordon's expansion position. We do see a Solen going after Team 1 mechs. Bomber inbound, trying to kill off that last engineer there. UEF facility almost done here for Gordon. Once he finishes that, he'll be able to spam up his own mech marines and deal with this aggression from Team 1. But this is a lot of inbounds. Granted, they are weak units comparatively against that commander. They're getting one shot right now. They need to stay out of range. The facility is done. He's going for strikers. So going for more tankier units versus more, more expendable units, at least right now. You see a couple of Solens do get behind him, and that will annoy him for at least a little while longer. On the northwestern side, comms between Team 1's Azure and Team 2's Morax, or author of the Elder Scrolls, are getting closer to one another. Just look at all those rocks around the map. So much reclaim to grab. And it looks like Team 1 making some progress towards Team 2 side of the map, already grabbing the middle causeway there. And still the facilities are being ripped apart slowly. The facility, the Team 1 land, factory is still there, but the mexes are gone. And it's going to be only a matter of time before this attack doesn't really bear that much fruit. Looks like it's shifting more to THAMs rather than Selene. So the initial wave of more expendable units has been dealt with, and now more tankier units, pun intended there, are now inbound from Schumer. So a lot of pressure on that southeastern side for Team 1, really trying to keep that 5-star max position out of commission and denying eco for Team 2's Gordon. And we do see in the north, gun started for Azure, and Author is getting closer, but again, by the time if he walks straight to him, that gun upgrade will either be done or almost done, so not really worth it in terms of going after one another. Naval facilities have been started by Schumer on the eastern side, and he will grab it. No contention there from Team 2. And I don't think that will amount to a lot. He is Seraphim, so he does get the missile tech on board his cruisers, so he can probably hit maybe to here, maybe if he's lucky to here, but it'll help, you know, area denial at a bare minimum, but for the most part it's not that useful. ASFs from Team 2 will just have to go this way for now, and unless he doesn't build cruisers, then he can go both ways. But Team 1 can use this as an approach for their bombers, their gunships, their whatever they want to throw at Team 2. Gun almost done in the north for Azure. I don't know if we'll see a lot of combi-com action. Again, there is a land situation brewing in the northwest, but in terms of the southeast and the middle, I don't think we'll see much. We see only one player from each team has stayed in their main bases. That being the air players for both teams. I think both of them are at T2 air now. T3 has been started, and T3 almost on the way. He's going for Swift Winds first, just getting a couple of intermediate air units online just to help out. But I think for now he's just going to get something just to deal with bombers or whatever from Team 2 and call it a day. Transport drops off a couple of engineers for reclaim purposes. We do see some forces stacking up. Also, not only just from Gordon, we're also seeing some forces from the Codemander to assist. That might give enough of a buffer. That gun is going to be done now, and he's going to probably just walk and wipe out this facility on that eastern side, giving him, again, that buffer that he definitely wants. Nano almost done for Azure. With the Nano almost done, he might just go after Author's Comm. He does have a Team 1 PD installation, another one being built. Does have to be careful about those, but I don't know if it's going to be that important to be worried about those. If they were a lot of T2 installations, maybe. And granted, he is Cybran, so they're going to be tickle cannons or Cerberus PD anyways, so it's kind of sixes at that point, but we'll see what he ends up doing. Nano is done for Azure. Well, we do see some movement, so looks like he's going to get closer. Team 1 has sent a couple of strikers to go after more mexes for Team 2, and we do see that gap is starting to widen at least a little bit. It's about 60 to 50 mass in Team 1's favor. It is a concerning amount at 10 minutes, but if that amount of mass stays about the same, it's not really going to be worth talking about here shortly. Azure staying right outside of weapons range, and Author, there's the shot into Author's comm. T1 Mantis moving in to deal with the comm of Azure, and they might drive him back long enough for the gun to be done. Azure does need to be careful though, because he can get easily overwhelmed, but if he gets more overcharges like that, he won't have to worry too long. Stealth started for Author's comm as well. He's just going to sit rooted to the spot there. No, he is going to engage. He has some rhinos to assist. Azure dropping into the yellow. He's at 1-star vet now. And here come the rhinos. They're going to go after Azure's comm. A couple of Team 1 strikers getting in his way, but he's retreating. Overcharge kills off another set of rhinos. He's almost at 2 stars. Author getting close up to 1 star. He's about 50% of the way there. T2 PD being built. Another overcharge into Author's comm. More rhinos back here. Again, needs to be careful about getting overwhelmed with damage, but I think for now he's now getting some strikers inbound. Looks like that might be enough. He's almost at 2-star vet. He's going to be up 20% more hit points than he started with. And is he at 2-star? 1-star, not yet. Kills off another striker. He will be. Sorry, another. Actually, striker, I think, or pillar, one or the other. Another overcharge. Kills off a couple of chunky units there. And I think that gives him. Yep, there's his 1-star. Is there a beetle in there? That's what that looked like, that explosion. That looks like a fire beetle explosion. Oh, there it is right there. Fire beetle inbound. Oh, I think it might have clipped the comm. Author at 7,000, Azure at 10,000. So the amount of bar left is a little bit not disconcerting. What's the word I want to look for? It's deceiving. because the bar is almost filled to green. This one's a little over half, but it's 6,000 to 13,000. That's a lot of hit points to be ahead. He could just drive Team 2's author back, but again, in a game like this where main bases are very far away from one another, it might be useful, it might not be useful, because if you kill a player off, let's say for Team 2's author, for example, one of the bases would go to the other player on Team 2, and it's still a lot of territory between there and there before it's eliminated. So would expedite somebody's rise to T3 or T4 tech quicker, and that might not be a good idea. So leaving him alive is probably better, at least earlier, than going after the kill. But again, it depends on the map. It really does. If there's a lot of territory between the two, it might make the difference to go for it. If you can close that gap in time between the kill of the player and the kill of the base kind of thing. But if it's a long distance like this, it's not a great scenario. We do see Team 1 trying to just sneak on by. Azure is taking the brunt of the damage. 10,000 hit points remain versus Author's 5,000. It's almost double the hit points. Tuka Cannon still raining into Azure's comm, but again, he's tanking it. He's UEF, so they're known for being tankiness. And we see some triads going after those PD anyways. Not going to be alive for much longer. Units are getting into the supply lines. It will distract all of these forces from Author, which means they have to fall back, which also means that the comm might just have to fall back. T2 PD is being spammed up. Author doesn't have stealth, so if Team 1 doesn't have visual contact, they can still see him regardless. There he is. They can still see him. And he's losing hit points, 2,700 and falling. Again, there's advantages and disadvantages for killing somebody off this early. Advantages, that's a lot of APM off the board. Downside is that gives another base to somebody, and that might expedite air, that might expedite land invasions or something, and that might end up biting Team 1 in the butt. So they just have to take it, I think, bit by bit. That's the difference between annihilation and assassination, like what we see in Dual Gap and in Phantom games, where if he kills a comp, then all the stuff they built goes away. So that does make a huge difference if you go after them or not for going for a kill. Looks like the action has died down a little bit. I say that, and then someone's going to die over there. I'm going to be annoyed that I missed it. But I think for now, it looks like he's somewhat fine. He's very low, though, still, so I might just want to keep an eye on that southeastern corner. We do see Schumer has pushed in to assist with his command on front lines. A couple of T2PD. Ilshi's going to secure that eastern approach. Team 2 actually is just letting him have it. There's no mexes down here. It's all reclaim, so he loses out on the reclaim, which, to be fair, Team 2 is actually up in the reclaim, but they are down in the generated situation in terms of the per second department. Team 1's at 410, Team 2's at 360. We do see that Azure is pushing in once again. He's back up into the green. He's at 4-star vet now, working on his 5th. Author's still at 1-star, working on his 2nd. More rhinos are inbound. They've dealt with the remaining forces from Azure, and that's delayed inbound reinforcements. And that might give enough time. We even see some pillars coming in from the west now. We're doing a nice little hook maneuver around. And that might drive Author either back home or into an early grave. 15 minutes in climbing. And Azure just ripping apart the remaining facilities. Might want to target the T2s, get rid of those facilities that can produce either annoying beetles or engineers or rhinos or something. But the retreat order has been given. Author is going home. And this front base for Team 2 is eliminated. Might want to send that nice little fire beetle back, but I guess not. Looks like they just want to keep it for a rainy day maybe. And the entire eradication of Author's main production facilities are gone and over with, which means can't produce as many units for now. He might be going for T3. Yep, he's going for T3. Going to go for bricks. We have some gunships, some T2s and T3s stacked up quite nicely for Codemander. Looks like he's just waiting for an excuse to use them. There is some flak here, not a terrible amount. And there is a couple of shields as well. He does have a little bit of a distance to get back to another shield emplacement, and there's no AA there as well, so that might be a chance for Team 2 to try. Ooh, and was Strat Bomber as well. Strat Bomber gunships, T2 and T3 Friday. That is definitely going to be an opportunity. Team 2 is going to launch a counterattack, and they're going to wipe out the ground forces. The air units might have the opportunity to go for it now, unless they're going to go somewhere else. Team 1 has noticed them, but at this point, you might as well use it or lose it. Go for their AA, says Codemander. He wants the kill, is what he's thinking about. We do see missiles starting to rain in. Let's see what the range is. Okay, a lot wider than I thought. For some reason, it wasn't Maybe that seems like on a full 20 by 20, it seems a lot shorter. But that's a lot of range. Even if he gets to here, that's essentially the T2 air facility in the entire southern side. That is definitely a problem that Team 2 needs to deal with sooner rather than later. We've seen the mexers already assassinated. All of them gone. I think there were T2s at a bare minimum, so... T2, yeah, all T2s. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. And the northern side still engaging. Azure Phoenix at full HP, 20,000 hit points. 5-star vet, lots of pillars and strikers, not much AA remaining. Here comes the Strat Bomber, here comes the gunship. Strat Bomber does nick him. And another Strat Bomber, that's number 2. ASFs, are you there? Yes, from Team 1. They're going after the gunships, they're going after the bombers and the whatnot. I thought I saw another bomber get by. Yep, another bomber is moving in. Going to drop him another 3,000 hit points. He's going to take 2 more bombs to kill him off. There's another one. So 4,200 hit points remaining. 2 more bombs drops, and that will be a kill for Team 2. It will drive back Azure Phoenix at a bare minimum. Strat Bomber has been caught up to by the ASF. ASFs can't kill off the ASF in time, but the attack on the comm has been negated. But again, from 20,000 to now 6,000 is a lot of hit points to lose. We will win. We win air and all the reclaim with this, says Codemander. It looks like some flak was being built at the time. So he is going to retreat. That is a win for Team 2. The reclaim has already been scooped up by Team 1, so that's a little benefit there, but it is a nice little bit of reclaim for Team 2 to scoop up as well. They need to grab their Rex for strats. There's one that landed all the way over here. That's unfortunate for Team 2, but there is one right where to go. Did it already get scooped up? No, it's right here. Okay, I'm staring at it. I'm blind as a bat most of the time, so that's going to be a nice little bit of reclaim for whoever gets that. Most likely Team 2, but you don't know. Engineers might just make a blitz for it. Cruiser's still raining in now in the southern position. Team D has been built. Gordon's like, okay, finally get to deal with that nonsense. More cruisers are coming online. We see hover tech being deployed by both teams now. And Team 1's Aeon and Seraphim players of Shub and Schumer have more units that can hover than Cybern and UEF. Cybern have 0, and UEF have Riptides and Parashields. That's it. Obviously, that doesn't count Perseus that can go in the water, but they don't hover. But it doesn't really count. The Aeon and Seraphim get T2 tanks, which are Blazes and Yenzine. They get T2 and T3 shielding, and they get flak. Both for I don't know what they're called for both of them, but there's just T2 flak. And as a reminder, I do have a poll going on the channel for names of groups of units. So not the names of the units, but the names of the groups of units. So for right now, it's Perseus, and there's a few different options there. I won't put up one for bricks because wall is just, it's too perfect for bricks. It's just because it's there. Somebody did offer a choice of chimney. I'm like, that's a good one, but I still like walls just way better. And I've used wall of bricks so much. I think it's just, I can't go back. It's going to be stuck in my head too long. Transport does drop off a couple of Thams. That will be a little bit useful, but if they don't move, it's not going to be that useful. And it looks like Gunship will deal with those quite easily. But anyway, so if you haven't voted in the poll, let me know. I love getting feedback from the community about what I should do, that kind of thing. Especially when I get to 2,500 subs, 3,000 subs, that sort of thing. Being like, this is the video we want, and then I make that video, and then people watch the video, and it works. So again, let me know, and then maybe later in the week, this week, maybe Friday or something, I'll start the next one. And then it'll just keep going until we go through all the units that I mostly talk about in groups. Another T2 Mex assassinated. Nice grab there. Looks like there's some TML locations here. Just the one. Killed off 5,000 mass and has 3 more missiles loaded. Nice grab there for Azure. He's actually putting pressure on Team 2 in a different way. More longer range and indirect, but it does work nonetheless. All these mexes are dead. These mexes have been rebuilt. And that mex is now gone. So there's been a lot of dead mexes for Team 2 over the course of about 5 or so minutes. That is shown in the ego situation. Team 2's behind about 150 mass per second. And it's about 50 mass per player, which is, let's say, 2 T3 mexes single ringed. So that does make a difference. It's a small difference. But again, any advantage is better than no advantage. Brass being built on Schumer's comm. We're going to give him more hit points, give him more income there. Nano started for Author. He has stealth now. And Shield started for Azure. He's back up to full HP. He regen probably assistance from engineers or something very, very quickly. And now it's going to give him additional 19,000, almost up to 40,000. Nuke spotted by Team 1. Yep, there it is. It is now built. It is not loaded at 22 minutes on the clock. Somebody rushed for a nuke. No SMD. No SMD. No SMD. There is an SMD. It is newly minted. So now it's a race to the bottom. Team 2 working at the disadvantage where they have to load the nuke, fire the nuke. The nuke has to go boop, boop, and then land. And that amount does take time. This is a smaller map. It's not full 20 by 20. Probably about 13 or 13. It's not as wide, of course, as a 20 by 20, so that distance is a little bit shorter. But it does still take time to go up into the air, go all the way across, and then all the way down. But as long as Team 1 can load faster than Team 2, that's all that's going to matter at this point. And again, Team 1 is the northeastern team. Team 2 is the southwestern team at 22 minutes on the clock. Nobody has died, so everybody made it past 20 minutes. Love to see that. And as a reminder, Team 1's at 800, Team 2's at 670 for income. And it looks like Nano is done for Arthur on the western side. He's not pushing in yet. There's not a lot of PD now, so he could take it. But again, I don't think he knows about the... Nope, I think if he knew about the comm being under an upgrade, that might encourage him. But we'll see. This is what Team 2 can see with nuke defense and whatnot. There is an SMD here. There is an SMD here. And, of course, we know that there's one there. So there's at least one for each main base. This one still behind that one. That one's about half loaded. And this one over here is just barely built. Team 2 has the nuke. It's half loaded. He's going for... Okay, that was another nuke. He's going for mass fabs to assist with loading. So I think Team 1 in the back is fine. This base and these bases are vulnerable, and this over here. Lots of E-storage around here. I don't know if that would clip. I don't think the new would clip all of them. I think we would clip some of them. T2 Naval Headquarters going for T3. Now that is an investment. Big boat, kind of big pond, kind of small pond. That's definitely big boat, small pond. This is like big boat, medium pond. He might be going for some T3 battleships, some Hathums. The Hathums, of course, the only battleship in the game that can produce a naval nuke. And that's just how the Seraphim like to do it. They put all of their explosive objects into big containers. You got the naval nuke, the battleship. You got the YOLO, the big nuke launcher, and then the regular-sized nuke launcher of the Hastue. Northwestern side, nothing too crazy yet. A couple of Percys, but there's a lot of bricks here as well. It's about dead even, I'd say. If he engages, the PD will help. Looks like Azure's actually going to go over here, regroup with a couple of Percys. If he sends in the Percys this way, that might be enough. And the PD's helping a little bit, but not by much. So I think it's dead even for now. I think I'll just give the defending player the advantage because in like Risk, the defending player has the advantage. So there's that. All you got to do is roll a 6 every single time, and no matter what happens, you'll win as the defender. As the attacker, different story, because if you roll a 6 and the defender rolls a 6, the defender still wins. So, yeah, always roll 6s. Makes your life way easier. Now, the percentage chance of that happening is way low. Way low. But there is a non-zero chance of it happening. So there is that. Nuke is almost loaded and ready to fire. SMD is loaded, so this one will be protected. This one down here, how's it looking? This one is protected. How's this one looking? And that one's going to be fine. At this point, it's close enough. So this little section is going to be vulnerable. This little section is going to be vulnerable. That section, if I were to guess, he would probably target the one in the middle. If they know about the GC, which they don't, they might go after the Omni just to grab it. And it's going to grab... Oh, the Omni's a little bit further away than I thought. So if they put the... you might have to put the nuke right about here. It might grab this mix.
Strategic launch
Nuke is outbound. Did he go for it? Did he go for it? Did he go for it? He went. Nope, that's the other way. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he went for this. Oh, that's unfortunate. And he knew about the nuke defense as well. Look, there it is. Yeah, that was one of the ones they actually knew about. That's a little unfortunate. So the nuke will be shot down. It will not land unless there was some fluke accident with the SMD. We do see Azure's like, nope, not getting anywhere near that base, thinking it was going after him, which he's correct. Just not the way he thought. There's the nuke, and there's the SMD, and there it goes. Teleport. Ooh, a little spicy. Teleporter started for Codemander. 26 minutes on the clock. He has he has laser already online as well. Second nuke, of course, already being worked on as we speak. T3 naval headquarters online. More cruisers, more cruisers, more cruisers. I see some Othams stacking up in the very murky water down there. Very hard to see those things down there. You can kind of see the highlights, the white kind of grayish highlights. Torpedoes immediately like, nope, no engineers. Oh, that's also a good note. The Aeon and the Seraphim engineers do have hover. The UEF and the Sirens do not. Don't know why. They just do. Kind of leaning into the whole hover focus for the Aeons because they were mimicking the Seraphim lore-wise, and so that kind of explains why their units are similar, not the same. They also both have sniper bots, and neither of these two, Siren and UEF, don't. But of course, the Perseus and the Bricks exist, so there's that as well. TMD is holding. It's really being a buzzkill here for Team 1. Needs more cruise and missile fire for sure. But I think they're focusing on... Yep, there it is. There's the battleship. And focusing on more cruisers. Love to see that. One producing just cruisers. One going to probably produce just battleships. And maybe just do battleship cruiser to kind of help out those numbers. Get big very quickly, get swole. I don't know what code Mander's going to target. Again, he doesn't really know what's going on in any base. He does have a couple of feelers out, but... I don't know. But he sees the SMD there. It exists. I think that's newly minted, too. Yep, that's newly minted. GC's almost done. That would have been a great nuke. It would have delayed the GC or even outright killed it if he knew about it. Land invasion is inbound. Team 2 has been prepping a little bit for longer range engagements, but not T3 variety. Perseus are going that way. They need to go that way. And the Perseus go, oh, yeah, you're right. And we should go that way. Lots of Riptides, though. That's going to help kind of clog the works a little bit, but all of these artillery units or structures, these clink hammers are not going to have a fun time. Units being dropped off from this transport. Don't know if that's going to do a whole lot. But the main base of Team 2's Gordon is being invaded. We even seen artillery being built by him as well. T3 mixers are going to go down. These Perseus are getting a lot of work done, to be honest with you. T3 land headquarters, that would be a good target. Team 1 PD being spammed up as quickly as possible. That's going to help a little bit. And all the shielding is down. The TMD, most of it is down if it did exist to begin with. And I'm just keeping track of him. Okay. Just making sure he doesn't teleport away. Gordon underneath some Otham fire. They're not going after the commander. They could probably actually kill him off if they focused fire even, I was going to say even now, but 3 got illuminated literally right after when I said that. T3 Pigeon, that wouldn't be helpful, especially with all the engineers stacking around it. Team 1's going to know about the artillery piece at a bare minimum. And that one's gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mexes are down. More units invading. Tons of facilities are knocked out. Shields are knocked out. Artillery is knocked out. Most of it at least. T3 land headquarters is saved at a bare minimum, so that's nice. SMD is saved. That's also nice. So realistically, the only thing he lost is decent amount of engineers, which always sucks. Mexes, which always sucks. And some artillery, which kind of sucks. But at this point, the cruisers moved over here anyways, so they were out of range. And TMD trying to hold the line, but looks like they're transitioning to more mobile shield tech to assist. Surprised there's no advances down here from Team 1, but looks like they're focused on other things. Teleporter's done. Took a little over 230 seconds, which is just under 4 minutes. And is he going to teleport immediately? Nope. Nuke is almost loaded. He might actually wait, teleport in, kill off an SMD or 2, and then go after him. That would be a great thing to do. You have an SMD here that's not loaded, but he doesn't know that. We do. And there's an SMD there. That's almost loaded. SMD there. Ooh. I don't like the P-Gens being here. It's probably not a good target to go after. Actually, well, double-edged sword. SMD, PD protecting it. That's not a good one to go after. Western side, SMD. Engineers nearby, but no PD, so that might be a good target. This one, and this one for the P-Gens. If he's depends when he teleports in. If he's close to them, no. But if he's far enough away, yes. So it just depends which one he goes after. Can you please make Omni, says Gordon. And there's no E, says no Mander. I have 2 Omni. I make Sam, says Morax, technically author. Yeah, make Sam's here. That'd be a good place to do it. Also need TMD. T2 Navy also online for Team 2 in North Pond. So feel like it's kind of a settings game where we have a middle causeway. We have 2 ponds. And we have missile bombardment in at least one department somewhere. Southern side, battleship. I think it is loading a nuke. It's really hard to tell because the orange bar on the bottom either indicates loading of the shells, or plasma in this case, or loading of the missile if it's a, if it's a nuke sub, or loading of the nuke. It's really hard to tell. It's kind of annoying. Nuke is out. Oh, Nuke is outbound first, but he teleports in. He goes here and he teleports, kills off the SMD. Then he goes over here. Oh, kills off the SMD. I think he's going to die now. Ooh, P-gen, explosion. Oh, where did he put the nuke? He put the nuke over here. Is he going to be out of range of this SMD? So he went in for the sacrifice play, tried to get a second SMD, got killed off, which he took a lot of damage, I think, when he was here, which he wasn't expecting. Oh, the SMD did clip it. Oh, that's unfortunate. He needed to be over just, I think, a little bit more. Oh, yeah, he needed to be over essentially right where that FAF or right where that SMD was. He tried to go for this, and he just clipped the northwestern edge. That's gotta hurt. And Codemander is ignored about it. They're annoyed about it, not ignored about it. We have Percy's on the western side being walled off by a brick force. One tried to break through but got denied, but that set of Mexes is dead. We have Optims that moved actually from the south pond to the north pond and ran in with all their torpedoes and wiped that group of facilities out. So no Navy for Team 2. No Navy. No. But now with Team 2's death of Codemander, it's now a 3v2 in favor of the northeastern team of Team 1. And so Team 2 has 2 players left. Team 1 has 3. That's not what I meant to show. Team 1 has 3 players left. They have a GC moving in. It's not looking good for Team 2. They still have the nuke. And they still have now an artillery piece. But again, the land situation on north and south / Navy, not looking good. And middle. Nothing's looking good on land for Team 2. And luckily they're going in 1 by 1. If that wasn't the case, he probably already would have died. He's dropping to 10,000 hit points. Overcharge kills off another. He's at 3-star vet. It looks like he should be fine. He has enough brick support, and there's a gunship there. That's definitely more than enough. But definitely concerning nonetheless. GC inbound. Ravagers being spammed up. Need to keep that GC moving. Go after the T3 land headquarters. Go after the T3 strategic missile defense. Ravagers are opening up. Gordon's right there. Gordon, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. Losing half his hit points. Needs to get out of range. He actually might get out of. Yes, he does. Oh, nope. Gets stuck by a mix. Oh, 1800. Oh. The shield comes online. See him Opalot. Oh, he survives. Ooh. That mech's almost killed him. But 34 minutes on the clock. Team 1 almost gets a second kill. Still a 3v2, but another section of that base has been eliminated. No mechs is dead this time. Just, oh, well, that's gonna suck. Shield comes online for a brief moment. There's a lot of missiles inbound. All of that artillery being down definitely helps out the cruisers for sure. Shields are down. A couple more missiles. There it goes. T3 land headquarters is down. That's the only UEF-1 in the game, at least for now. We have a secondary T3 Siren facility up here, an Air 1. Don't know why there's one up there. Don't know, but it's there. Main one, of course, is back here. Nuke is almost reloaded. That'll be number 3. Only none of them have landed. Yeah, because the one that was launched over wherever it ended up going was denied. This one over here was denied. We do have artillery landing on this position. Lots of PD protecting that SMD. Granted, there is still a Cybern in the game, so it is warranted. But I don't know if it's that warranted. I mean, it's not a main base. It's just a frontline couple set of Mexes base. So, yeah, it's probably worth it, but not as much as it would be for other things. Nuke is inbound. Speaking of which, I don't know where it's going. It's going for this. Okay, so here's the thing. If I was going to say, if the shields don't pop online, then that's a thing, which they did. The SMD is still online. Will the nuke be able to edge it out? Maybe. It's going to be close, but I think it's going to be clipped. Oh, it's close. There's that SMD there. It's not loaded. Oh, there it is. It clips it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Commander could have done it. He just went a little bit too far to the east. Comm way out of range. Here comes the first nuke successful of the game. Kaboom! Wipes out Teethby Land Headquarters. Wipes out, I think, a couple of them. Wipes out 2 mixes. So that's something. But I don't know if it's enough. SMD still alive. Teethby Air Headquarters is still alive. And Team 2 suffering still in the eco department. Nobody's crossed 1,000 yet that I've noticed. Maybe soon here for Team 1. But 36 minutes, 40 seconds. Taking note at the midpoint roughly of the game. A little bit farther than that, to be honest. But Team 1 at 3 players left. Team 2 at 2. Only losing Codemander. We have ASF fight going to happen between Team 1 and Team 2. Looks like no ASFs remain anyway. So Team 1's in air control. Nuke finally landed. Killed off some of the base for Azure, but not too much. I think it knocked out his power for a second, which is why it was down so much in terms of eco. Eco does favor Team 1 as well. 1.1 to 660, 650, something around there. So I'd say about 550 mass in favor for Team 1, so almost double, which that is definitely concerning. Not unwinnable, but definitely concerning for Team 2 if you're rooting for them. Let me know down in the comments who you think it's going to be at the end of the game, who you think is going to win or survive or whatnot. Thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. Hopefully you enjoy. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Let's get back onto the action while the ASFs fly over wherever they're going to do whatever they're doing. Take a look at the TMD base. It is being expanded upon, but the artillery from the battleships are here. There is a nicely Yothotha online. That GC was, of course, dealt with. Very, very close kill on Gordon. He's now has a shield online, so he's probably grateful about that. He's back up to a little over half hit points. Chickens inbound. There is some PD still here. TP landing quarters has been rebuilt. He's going for Percy's. He's going for Fat Boy. His eastern base is gone. No attempt. Oh, no, they're going to move in now, but there's really not a lot of forces over there anyways. I'm kind of surprised they're not sending forces this way. It's really unguarded that way. They keep sending them down the same line. They almost have some tunnel vision, but who knows? It might work. It might not work. Just bombard Team 2 and see how long they can last. Chicken is inbound. I don't know if they know where the comm is. They don't. They know where the comm is now. Gordon does have shield online, of course, so he's going to have a little bit more protection. Fat Boy will most likely be denied. SMD will most likely be denied. Chicken is almost down. Overcharge. Not yet for Gordon. Strap Bomber comes to assist a little bit. Fat Boy is down. SMD will die due to the Ion Storm, if not for just being walked on. There's the Chicken. If not, the Optims will kill it. Artillery still online. Killed off some mass, but I don't think it's done that much. Oh, that's got to suck. A little bit of friendly fire there from Team 2's ASFs. Some ASFs died in some explosion. I have no idea what that was, but shield pops back online. Bombers inbound from the east. And there goes that artillery piece. It's gone. Team 2 still has the nuke, but that is it. They actually turn around. Had they kept going, they might have been able to actually launch on the nuke there. But they're going to fly off screen, and then their wrecks are going to land close to the edge, and they'll be able to scoop those up. But Team 2 loses an SMD. That's really going to hurt. Strap Bomber kills off. Almost kills off another PGen. Ooh. But Megawith moving into the middle. It's heavily damaged. Artillery from the Thumes. It is not looking good for Team 2. They lost a chunk of their base. And Strap Bomber does kill off the remaining 2 PGens there. There goes the bomber off screen, but it'll be, again, clipped onto the edge of the map. Anyways, we have Bricks fighting against Optims in the water and engineers on said water, and some hover flak on the water as well. Lots of ons and lots of ins. And looks like nothing's being produced by those facilities. I think he has enough cruisers. How many cruisers does he actually have, to be honest? That seems really low. I thought there was more than that, but maybe some died. But definitely think there needs to be a little bit more cruisers there. But to be fair, I think he's building nukes somewhere. Not loaded, and I thought that was the third one. Oh, it's right there. It's just staring in front of my face. There's definitely a third one there. It's just, I don't see it. Chicken Wreck going to help out the reclaim a little bit for Team 2. Team 2 should be higher in oh yeah, 200,000 to 91,000, 93,000. But again, Team 1 at 1.6K versus 600. That is a lot more mass to be ahead at 40 minutes on the clock. That's more than double. It's closing in on triple. Not there just yet. He has to get to technically 1,900 to be triple. But still, a lot of eco. Lots and lots of eco. Western side holding strong for now. Nuke is inbound once again. It's nuking this position, which is going to be nice. Again, there's really... That SMD never got built. but I guess it's there anyways, so that's there. SMD there. Yeah, there's really no targets in the mainland for Team 2 to go after, so this might work. Hey, the ASFs might get caught. Nope. Okay, well, it almost worked. Chicken might get caught in the explosion. Kaboom! They wipe out an artillery. They wipe out a battleship, a chicken, and a couple of the cruisers. So that actually Nuke did very, very well. Nuke's now at 80. Oh, look at that. 88,800 mass killed. Another GC inbound, which might help, but I don't really know if that'll be too much of a help. Lots of Ravagers being built. Artillery is being rebuilt. Don't know if that's worth it at this point. Oh, I don't even know if a game ender is worth it for Team 2. Artillery piece being built by Team 1 because why not? Got to spend that mass somehow. Artillery piece being built by Azure as well because, again, got to spend that mass somehow. Thought I saw another experimental, but or like game ender or something, but I guess not. DC still inbound. It's almost full HP. We have SMD being reclaimed. Chicken. I think the GC is kind of acting like a chicken, but there is a Ravager there, so honestly, I don't blame him because more of them are going to be built all the time. Team 1 does have air control, but actually not by as much as I think. Shub's sitting at 68. Well, that's really low for 42 minutes. Team 2 sitting at 36. So a 2-to-1 advantage. We'll see how much he has at the end of this. I think there's a tiny bit of AA in range, but not a whole lot. Ooh. He had 65, I think. He's down to 50. Wow, he wiped out about half as much as he had. He only lost maybe half a dozen or so. So what is that, a 6-to-1 advantage for kill death ratio? That's really good for ASFs. No nukes yet. This one has to be the one loading it because it looks like it's almost filled. They just load it incredibly slow though. Drawing something going on about this. We have hover moving in. The Team D isn't as important because the cruisers don't number that many. More battleships, maybe more cruisers here shortly. Hovertech inbound, SACUs inbound. They are Rambo presets. I just don't think Team 2 has enough going for them right now. Besides the nuke, I mean, the nuke has been decent, but it hasn't been the end-all, be-all. Everywhere else on Team 1 has been protected by SMDs, except that one base over here, which kind of just got split in half. You have the SMD and stuff over here, and you have the artillery over there, and you have a facility producing a bunch of land and mexes, not mexes, but mass fabs and whatnot. Double ringing those mexes, really trying to get as much mass as you can out of the system. There might be an attempt this way. It's going to take a while to get there. Team 1 has air. There's a bomber that's almost done. It might get some work done. I don't know if it'll get as far as getting to Azure's comm, but it might wipe out at least up to here, which will be some mass eliminated for Team 1. And we'll note Team 1 is now producing triple, roughly, the mass of Team 2. Chicken in the base. GC probably should be engaging, but I guess not. Gordon's going to come out and help overcharge that thing, kill that off. I think kind of a missed opportunity for that GC to really crush at least a chunk of this position, especially with the Ion Storm being able to wipe out some stuff after the fact. Shield is gone. That doesn't really work. Another experimental built for Team 1, one built for Team 2. Another megalith, 52% on a nice little T2 upgrade. Still no movement on the northern side. Oh, maybe they're going now. I thought they were going earlier, but I guess not. Another nuke is inbound, but it's inbound from Team 1. There it is. Oh, that's awkward. No SMD was rebuilt. And the comm's right there. Here comes the nuke. Is it going to get Gordon? Oh, it hits him. It almost kills him, but kaboom! Oh, it almost kills him. It does. I'd say a full HP to make the math easy. I think he had 5,000. 5,000, 17, 30, roughly 1,000 damage with the naval nuke. So he survives, but just barely. But this is a problem. Two GCs, 2 megawatts are inbound to intercept. Gordon's got to move. Gordon's got to move soon. Or he's going to die here. He's almost in range. Move it in. There he goes. He's moving. And here come the I thought the megawatts were going that way. I guess they're going that way now. And GC's like, nope, I'm going away now. See you, bye. Again, that takes out a chunk of Team 2's base again. Now they're definitely being out ecoed 3-1, almost 3.5-1 at this point. because 3 to 1 would be 1,800. 4 to 1 would be 2,400. So it's 3.5 to 1. That is an incredible difference. 46 minutes on the clock. I'm not going to ask you who you think is going to end this game or who's going to win this game, but I mean, again, anything is possible. Teleportation could kill off a couple players. I don't think it's going to kill off this one, though. T1 PD, T2 PD, shields. That's not going to work. And then we have this one in the water. That one's not going to work. You might be able to go after Azure, but you have to know where he is. Team 1, this is what team... this is what they can see from Team 2. And then bomb is going to drop on top. No, it's not. I guess not. Psych. And then Team 2, this is what they can see what's going on with Team 1. Not a lot on this eastern side. Nothing in the backline as well. So very... Oh, there... Yeah, okay. He just got stratted to death. So there's that. I kind of barely missed that. But Team 2 loses another player due to the strat bombers from Team 1's shub. I thought the bomber was going to get him, but I guess not. Chicken is going to just get eviscerated. 46 minutes on the clock. And there goes the chicken. Team 2's down to the last remaining player. We could see a flawless game here. Ladder match at 47 minutes. It's just author of the Elder Scrolls, also known as Morax, versus the world. And now it's almost 4 times the amount of eco for Team 1. Megawith is inbound. We could see a kill for Team... Oh, and it's dead. Never mind. Ravagers. That's going to be more than enough. We have more being built. We have Fat Boys firing. That's not going to go anywhere. That attack will be negated. So I just don't... I mean, Telemazer might be the only way to win at this point. He's going for an upgrade. He's going for his right arm? His right or left. Technically, when we look at him like this, that would be this. Wait, hold on. Now I forget which one is which in the scheme. Let's see. I don't think I can see what he's producing. Maybe I can. I don't actually... You don't actually get to see what he's producing. That's a little annoying. Why don't you get to see that even if I click on him? That's unfortunate. Huh. Anyway. He's doing something with an upgrade. We'll see what he ends up doing with it. I don't think it's... It could be laser, but I highly doubt it's laser. It could be... No, you'd have to get rid of the nano to go for the teleport. It could be cloaking, but I highly doubt it. His power... is fine, so it's not cloaking. So it's probably just T3 engineering suite. Just watch it be that. It'll tell me in a moment when he's done with it. 48 minutes on the clock and climbing. Strat bombers, more of them stacking up. And SACUs are landing. Reclaim efforts are probably underway. Transport's like, nope, not going that close. Never mind. Couple of shielded ones as well. They have shield overcharge and nano. 265 regen per second. That's really good amount. Still working on the upgrade. Spy planes finding out, seeing what Team 2's up to. We have Tort bombers. We have Strat bombers. No T1 bombers. Tons of Team 1 transports. And another bomber is done. Did that bomber end up... It did end up dying down here, but I don't think Team 1 cares about mass dumping at this point. Even if they mass dumped everything in units that they had, it still wouldn't be enough or time enough to be able to utilize it from Team 2 side of things. Oh, he did go for T3. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, I think that's his right arm because it's technically we're looking at the back of him when they line up the upgrade. So it's left, center, and right. Nuke is inbound. 49 minutes. Is that a regular one? Nope. It is another naval one. Killed off 18,000 mass. Maybe with the first nuke. I don't know. Hard to really tell. Oh, no, that one was the first 138,000. Is he out of range? No, he's not. Ooh, but that's a good way to end the game. Very explosive, very exciting way to end the game. Nice fireworks there. Team 1 wins it. Flaw this game. 50 minutes on the clock. Almost even, but, you know, and nothing can be perfect, of course. In terms of MVP for this game, I mean, to be honest, the constant aggression from Team 1 Schumer was really, really good. I mean, we had this aggression here. Of course, that died down. Means transitioned into Navy. Did cruiser. Really wiped out a lot of the eco, at least over here for Team 2's Gordon. Kept them essentially bogged down in this position for a while. Those two nukes were... the second nuke obviously won the game there. First nuke was nice. Wiped out more infrastructure, essentially cemented the fact that no, Team 2 is not getting that base back. And that's really about it. Teleportation from Commander was nice. He wiped out 1 and then 2 SMDs, but again, I was worried about those P-gens, and yeah, kind of. He didn't die to the P-gens. He died to that T2 PD right there, but it was just one of those, not a good scenario to be in regardless. And that's just sometimes how it goes. So I think Schumer gets MVP. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or not. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Actually, this point being the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, hit the like button and subscribe if you did. And I will see all of you in the next one.